Working parents are prioritizing their home life more and more. According to a new survey from Bright Horizons, 70% of all working parents say that a strong work-life balance in this day and age is non-negotiable when looking for a job. So, are employers doing enough to keep their working parents, employees happy? And what exactly do working parents want from their employers that they aren't currently getting? So, for more, we welcome in Stephen Kramer, who is the Bright Horizons CEO. Great to see you here. All right, let's break this down because, work-life balance, it's certainly become more commonplace to discuss, especially after some time working from home, whether that be induced by the pandemic, and then after that, some return to office policies that parents said, hey, you know what? I've actually become accustomed to having more time in front of my family and my children's lives and being there for some key events here. And so now, what are we seeing in terms of the dynamic that's playing out right now, Stephen?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Brad. So employees are certainly being emboldened and certainly speaking out on the needs that they have. And as you rightly said, they are absolutely prioritizing the idea that they need to be able to be successful at home and successful at work simultaneously. And so they're really looking for their employer to provide supports that allow them to create that level of success.
Are we seeing employers be able to meet that request right now?
Look, we have worked for over 35 years with many, many progressive employers. In fact, we work with 1,400 progressive employers that really do focus on their employees and recognize that in order to attract and retain the best talent, they are going to have to lean into these kinds of supports. But there are still a lot of employers that have not gotten switched on to the idea that in order to have the best workforce, they need to be availing of these kinds of supports. And so employees need to speak up, and they are speaking up in order to garner these kinds of supports.
You know, thinking about some of the survey data as well that, you know, our viewers are hearing about here on today, and the Bright Horizons study showing working parents are becoming more vocal, but also saying, hey, you know what, I'm willing to step away from this role if I don't feel like my work-life balance is being met here. So what are the top three things that you hear the parents who are employees asking for?
Yeah, so first, access to high quality, affordable childcare is the number one ask that working parents are approaching their employers with. And the reality is in the community, high quality care is a large investment for working families. And so first, gaining access is difficult. And then secondarily, finding it to be affordable for most working parents is very challenging. And so they're asking their employers to first and foremost lean into providing these kinds of supports. Secondly, they're asking for actual financial subsidy against providing for childcare. And then the third is when they have breakdowns in care arrangements, they are asking their employers to provide benefits that allow for them to be able to have a secondary form, backup care, to accommodate needs when they have a breakdown in their traditional care arrangements.
What does that mix look like between and among families that are going to employers and saying, okay, hey, you know, I need some type of help with being able to create a reality where I can afford or go up against some of the elevated childcare costs in tandem with what some of the government subsidies or offers are that are on the table, whether that be through some of the childcare tax credits, you know, and how does that mix kind of offset some of the costs?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. I think that, in the United States, there is a long history of government support for those families that are in the highest need. And so those that are the neediest families are provided with government support, government vouchers that allow them access to be able to afford childcare. I think there has been an incredible squeeze on the middle income families. And those middle income families generally earn an income that is greater than what the government supports allow for, but at the same time, don't make enough money to be able to afford high quality childcare. And so that's why employers become such an important support for the vast majority of families in this country that are seeking high quality care at a rate that is affordable to their family.
Stephen Kramer, who is the Bright Horizons CEO. Stephen, thanks so much for joining us to discuss this very important topic.
Thank you.